Israelites come out every week to tell our people who happen to be the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered across the four corners of the earth, that they are God's chosen people, Israel in the Bible. So when you read the Bible and you hear about Israel, it's talking about you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. So-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are North, Central, South America are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. This Bible is for you. So everything that comes out of it is for you. We'll start off first. Also, we're going to start first by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Greetings and salutations to you, brothers, who do this work with sincerity and truth. All right, we're out here again and again. We keep coming out to warn you, Jakes, which are you Negro, Latino, and Native American, which is another name for you besides Israel in the Bible, that you're the ones that can sin. You're the ones that can sin. Sin isn't for everybody. It's just for you Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. Proof of that is why when you sin, when you let sin perpetuate through your body, that's why you die at early ages. How is it that the Chinese man can eat eel and pork and all this other stuff, but he still live over 100 years old? Because he exercises more than you? Woo! Or why is it that when you eat it, you die at 50? You got hypertension, high blood pressure, gout, on and on and on, all these different diseases and illnesses that come upon you. Because it's a curse unto you to eat these things. The Heavenly Father said don't do that. That's just some of the dietary stuff. Let's go there. Because our people like to sin, and then they don't even understand what sin is all about. And they say, well, I'm under grace, I'm under grace. You're not under grace. You're supposed to, matter of fact, start with...
let me get the actual definition of the word sin. Right out the Holy Bible. This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
Go to this is love. Because sin is the transgression of the law. So when you break the laws of Moses in the beginning of the Bible, that's a sin unto you. Maybe some of you people should actually read what it says in there about what these sins and transgressions of the law are. See what the law really is.
This is 2 John verse 6. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is
that we walk after the commandments from the book of Moses. Keep going.
This is the commandment that as you have heard from the beginning.
This is the commandments that you heard of in the beginning. In the beginning of what? In the beginning of the Bible, back when we got it written down through Moses. When it was given to the people through Moses on the commandments, on the tablets.
You should walk in it.
You should do this. When it says walk in it, it means you should do these things. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And that's how you keep it. Matter of fact, bro, jump over to Wisdom of Solomon 6, and we're gonna run through this. We're gonna run through it with 6 and I think 17. Run through that, then we're gonna do it. Because you guys don't understand the purpose of why we're supposed to keep these laws. These laws, statutes, and commandments are wisdom unto you. It makes you better people. It makes you live better, live longer, treat each other right, treat yourself right.
So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, verse 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. And the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws.
And the love of the Most High, of wisdom, of Yahweh Shai, is the keeping of her laws. And that is love. Is it, what does it say after that? Discipline, love, is what it says.
It says, and the care of discipline is love.
And the care of discipline is love.
And the love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption.
That's the one I want. And the keeping of the laws of the Bible are the assurance of incorruption. It keeps you away from sin. The keeping of the laws in this Bible, also which are wisdom. keeps you away from sin. You can go back now. So, yeah.
It's, Romans chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Should we continue? That's a question. Should we continue in sin because we have grace? Is that an excuse to sin because we have grace?
Palestine.
No way.
African, Palestine, freedom.
No way.
Facebook page.
No way. We should never continue in sin. So the Heavenly Father didn't want us to continue in sin. Keep reading.
The Most High forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?
How should we, we're supposed to be dead to sin, how should we continue to live in it? The purpose of sin is to keep us from doing all the wrong things. So you learn to get back right. It's supposed to be like a correction to you. So you know what to do right, you know what not to do. That's wrong.
Know ye not that so many of us, as were baptized unto Yahweh Shai, were baptized unto his death?
We were baptized unto his death. Why? Because we sinned. And the sacrificial lamb for those sins is Yahweh Shai, the ultimate lamb, right. The ultimate sacrifice, the last sacrifice.
That's right.
Because now it's more important that we don't sin. But where are we at? We're here in Sin City. That's why you people come here, right? So this sin is only for you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they come here to this city because this city perpetuates sin. That's why it's known as Sin City. You know, you can go to each corner and find you a tattoo parlor, which that's against the law to get tattoos. You know, you could find a prostitute. You could find chapels for homosexuals where they get married out here. You could all type of sinful acts. It gets perpetuated here, man. And people come here to fulfill the lust of their flesh, man. They feel that pleasure when they come to this city, man. And then they try to leave all their wickedness here when they depart and go back to where they came from, man. That's why you have that saying amongst people in the world that what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. Pretty much what they saying is whatever wicked acts that we did in this city, we're gonna leave that in the past. You know? Not knowing that the eyes of the Lord is beholding everything that's taking place.
Right.
You know, he's marking every sin that you commit. Mainly you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
You know? Because you're the ones that can actually sin because the law was given to you.
Right. That's why he wanted us to be separate from everybody else. Matter of fact, get that in Deuteronomy 7. Because it's a purpose for us to be separate from the other nations. Because of the sin factor. Because you can sin, but we can't. But we see you doing stuff, and then we try to do it. That's the take for you. Rather than follow after your heavenly Father, what to do right.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power.
When you go into the word holy, it means separate. Separate. You are a separate people unto the Lord thy God. He don't care about the other nations anyway. He only care about what you do. He only worried if you had a child and he was out there throwing dirt rocks at cars, and there was a group of them, and his friends was all out there, you're gonna tell them all the stuff, but then you're gonna grab your son and go whip his ass. That's the difference. That's what the Heavenly Father does to us. He ain't worried about everybody doing like he's worried about us doing.
The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
He chose us to be a special people unto himself. That's talking to you Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. He chose you to be a special people. You have evidence of how special you are every day in life. You talk to a Negro, Latino, and Native American, you know the difference. You know that there's a fact that you know that you're different. You know that you're better. You know that you're special. If you don't, look at the conditions you live in and still try to keep a happy face about it. And still make it through all this grimy shit that go on. That's a miracle from the Heavenly Father that he created in you to live out. We treat punishment and being on the bottom like it's something special. But when you continue to sin over and that's why we're in the predicament, because we keep sinning against the Heavenly Father, not following His commandments as we should.
It says, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people, so he tells that you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are above all people that are on the face of the planet. You can tell by your spirit, you're better than everybody else. That's just the bottom line about it. That's just the bottom line. You are better than everybody else when you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because you're just a piece of shit now that you all engulfed in sin.
As long as our people, as long as our people are continuously following the ways of this devil, the so-called white man who's in rulership, right, they're considered heathens to the Most High, man.
Right.
You've been saying this constantly, man. You jakes out there that want to be down with the system. You know what I'm saying? You want to go with the flow and be a follower and not keep the ways of the Heavenly Father. You a bunch of heathens, man. You a bunch of fucking, you Gentiles, man.
Right.
Niggas are heathens, man. You know? And when the Lord look at you as a straight heathen, as a straight nigga, the Lord, all He want to do is actually put you to death. He wants to kill you. You know? But that's the problem with Jake. So like your brother, it's like, you know, as long as you continue to go off, the Most High looks at you as these other nations, man.
Right.
He's disgusted with us. He's disgusted with our people as a nation. That's why 2/3 are prophesied to be destroyed when the Heavenly Father sent His Son to come back and redeem his elect, His chosen. 2/3 of our people are gonna get wiped out because they want to follow the ways of society, man.
Right.
This corrupted ass kingdom. You know? You're going off, man. You know?
Yep. But you love it to have it that way. What's that scripture I broke real quick? All that is wrong. Where it says He hates the sin innocent. You know how they try to switch it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of you church Jake try to be like, oh, God don't hate the sinner, He only hates the sin.
Shit.
But we're going to show you what the scriptures actually say, because that's an issue for you guys. A lot of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans don't know what it actually says. You're taking all these pulpit pimp pastors that will eat pork chops right as before they walk in to teach you about the Bible, about the love everybody message, about the small matters of the Bible, about the small matters of the Bible, deceiving you, you take his word for it. Instead of actually going in the Bible and seeing what it actually says.
This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
The Most High hateth sinners. He hateth sinners.
That's a cut, man.
That directly cut. He hates the sin and the sinner. He's detested by it.
Because it means the same thing, man. When you commit a certain sin, in order for that sin to even be committed, you had to do it. It started with you first. It started in your wicked ass mind, man. Before you went off and committed that sin or that iniquity. So the Lord, He holds you in the same regard of that actual sin, man. Right? That's why in Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, he said that the ungodly and the deeds of the ungodly are both alike. Hateful to the matter of fact, I think it's like in Wisdom of Solomon, if I'm not mistaken.